Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So as you can see, we have got some coaster molds out. I have not done coasters in, I don't even remember how long. So I've been hemming and hawing. I pulled out a few different things and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So I went through like all my stickers, and so I ended up, originally I was going to put the holographic flowers in these. So I was going to do like 2 and fill them a little bit with clear and then back them in a dark color because they are holographic. And then I was like, oh, I wish I had something big enough so I could just put like one thing in the middle. And I found it. I found it. So I have got these big holographic stickers. So I don't know, can you see the different colors in them? So we're gonna put this first layer in clear, and then I'm going to put my stickers in, and you can see this side doesn't do like holographic, but when you turn it over this side, so you have to make sure you put the holographic side down because that's what's going to show. And then on the second layer, we're gonna put like a darker color. So I'm like, because I like the coasters that have the rim, I was like, what can we put in the rim so it's just not clear? And then I remembered I had my Abalone shell glitter from Eye Candy, guys. So when we back this with a darker color, we're going to get that holographic around the outside edge. So I mixed up 8 ounces. I figured 2 for each one, but then I took some out to do this. So I'm just gonna try to get a thin layer in around the edge. So I put it in this cup so I could squeeze it. And all right, I'm just gonna set these aside and I'm gonna work with one at a time so that I can try and get just the rim. And it doesn't even have to be a ton, as long as it's going to cover that initial layer. And I am going to try and catch this while it's still tacky so that I don't get that line on the edge. And I did not use any glue because I'm okay if, you know, this sinks. Okay, so we have one done, and try to get the other ones done. I didn't want that to go there. All right. And we're going to be pouring clear anyway, so on the top isn't going to matter. I just and I got a hair on there. So I just want to make sure that this glitter is just in the groove. Okay. So, like I said, I didn't know how much to mix up, so I just did a little bit in this cup. And because we're pouring it clear, I was like, well, I can always mix up a little more if we need it. And we're definitely going to have enough. All right. And I'm just kind of looking to see, like, if I see a bald spot that doesn't seem to have much of this abalone shell glitter in there. No, on the side. On the side. And I'm hoping that these glitter flakes are heavy enough that they're not going to, like, come out into the piece. But we don't know. We don't. All right, so I can put a little bit more over here. So I want to now go and make sure that they are somewhat the same as far as, like, the height of what I poured. This one looks like it could use just a smidge more. So I'm trying to get it, like, to just about to the lip. That way, I know they're similar. So I'm just trying to kind of top them off. Since we have it, we might as well try to use it up, right? And then I can go through with my tool and all right. So we pretty much used up what's in there. All right, let me so I am gonna do a free-form sculpture thing with no mold. I'm just trying to figure out the size and what I'm going to drape it over once it gets to that point. I've not had success doing that, guys, so that video could be an epic fail, but I will post it anyways, because it's one of those things, it's all about timing. So I have to make sure that it's a day that I have got nothing else that I'm worried about or I need to do, because I'm going to have to constantly be checking it. And one, you know, like if I could get one and succeed, then I would have, at least I would know a time frame of, you know, how long I have to let it set. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure that I have nothing on the sides. That we've got, you know, all the glitter pieces down. Okay, so that's looking good. I'm just trying to get like any bubbles of resin that dripped off, so we don't have like that bubble look. So I was thinking about doing a bloom. So if that's something you guys would like to see me do, put that in the comments. I haven't done a bloom in a while either, so. Okay, so now we are just going to get a thin layer, and then we're going to put our stickers in. And this layer doesn't need to be too deep. I probably actually mixed up more resin than I needed. Which is okay. All right. So I can tell that some of this holographic is gonna move. Which is the other reason I didn't want to go too deep. Just because of that. And I should have sprayed it before I put it in, but I didn't. So let's start with a big one. So that's the holographic side. This one here. So I am going to spray the face. And we are going to, and I'm not even taking the paper off, guys. I'm just, and we're just going to, and I kind of laid it like, I don't know, like a scallop almost. That's, so this way here, see, I'm going to stick this side down, and then I'm just going to gently roll this side so that we don't get any, and I didn't even spray this one, we don't get any trapped bubbles underneath there. And then we're just going to let the resin do its thing. All right, so this is definitely the holographic, so I'm going to give it a spritz. And again, we're going to put that down, and just kind of work that resin underneath it. I'm keeping this side tilted up. Hopefully you can see that. So if it only goes like around the edges, I will be okay with that. I just didn't want it to cover the whole entire like butterfly. So this one's a little bit smaller than that one. I'm trying to, I think we're gonna go this way with this one. And this is the Bond Craftor resin, so this will set up much quicker. And that's why I chose this one too, because I knew that it would stop moving much quicker. So I'm just trying to make sure that all my sparkly little glitter bits are kind of even on the sides. And then I might put just a little bit on the back of the butterflies, just to make sure that they aren't gonna float up anywhere. You know, and if this does move out, it's okay. I don't know, I'm kind of digging how this is like going around, so maybe I will just kind of let it do its thing, just so it'll have like, I don't know, some little sparkles throughout. I mean, I don't want a ton of it, but I don't mind a little bit. Just kind of trying to move some of that glitter around. This one we probably don't need as much. Because this butterfly is definitely bigger. But I don't want any underneath, if I can help it. All right, so let's just pour a little bit more. Just to kind of coat that whole butterfly. And then we will back it with a dark color. I haven't decided if it's gonna be black or like a darker blue. I don't know yet. And I did not run this through the debubbler. I just let it degas while I was getting everything ready. This resin does degas really well. But I also am going to be doing a one of my big turtle, and I'm going to make it into a solar light. So that is going to be coming up. I'm going to be using the Let's Resin Deep Pour Resin for that. And we're going to do something funky with his shell, and because the last one I made, it was more of a clear. And I'm like, well, I don't need it to be clear because I'm making it a light. So I figured I could put that outside near my little gnome house or fairy house or whatever. It's kind of sticking with the whimsical theme. All right, once I get these, you know, covered enough and make sure that the whole sticker is covered, I will tell you exactly how much resin I used. And these coaster molds are getting, they do have like some imperfections on the front, and I won't be able to top coat them because of the holographic. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. All right, so that's all nice and coated. And this one looks a little higher, so I'm just gonna add a smidge more in this one. Like I said, I'm trying to keep them, you know, kind of at the same height. So when I do the backs of them, it'll be the same height. All right, so that is looking good. Just gonna move some of these, just because that butterfly is so big. I don't really want a lot of that, especially right around where the wings are. So I can move some of it down this way. Okay, so we have got 3 ounces left. So we used 5 ounces to do these 4. So I'll probably end up mixing up 5 ounces the next time around, just to make sure that I can dome them, because they are about half. And sitting back, I can see that I have got some of that sticker is showing. So yeah, looking at it at different angles just to make sure your sticker is covered. But I don't want so much that it's gonna float either. That one looks good. That one's looking really good. Okay. So we got 2.5 ounces. So what are we gonna make? What are we gonna make? Let's see. I haven't made this cat in a while. So let's slide this over. And I'm gonna use some black pigment paste and some of these abalone shells and just see what we get. So I will just color this. Three drips should be enough. Because this is starting to get warm, so I gotta get and so I'm hoping that we will see this through the black. I might end up adding a little bit of glue so to make sure that that doesn't all sink. All right, let me, I should have used a different stack. I got my baby wipe here. All right, I'm gonna put that aside. Let me grab my glue. I was trying to take it off, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 drips. And we will see. Now, this is a dull mold, so I have no clue how this is going to look. But that's what we are trying today. And let's get this poured. And we might, if we don't have enough to fill it, which I think we will, I can always make more, but I think we're good. Okay. Give those a little spritz. I am just going to lean that up on that. And we do have a tiny bit more. Let's see. Let's do... I don't usually spray that mold, but because this is getting thick, I want to make sure that I'm not getting any trap bubbles in those little diamond pieces. Oh my gosh, guys, it's going to be just enough. I was like, oh, we're not going to have enough. But we do. So I've never done one with like glitter in it in this mold, so okay. And now I'm going to give this, I don't know, 3-4 hours. I'm going to let this get tacky. And then I will be back and we will mix up a color to back these with. Alrighty, guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys, so this has been about 2.5, 3 hours. And we are at like a stringy state. So that tells me I can pour my next layer without it messing up. So I'm going to pour, I ended up making 8 more ounces because I figured each one could hold probably 2 ounces because they're about half, a little less than half. So I'm going to use the Opulent Tanzanite, which is a blue, but it has a hue of the black to it as well. See how dark that is? So I figured this would be a good background color. So I am going to use quite a bit. And then I'm mixing it in this small cup, and then we're going to put it back in the big cup. That way I can mix this powder without it flying everywhere. But see how dark blue that is? Because I wanted it dark, but I didn't necessarily want black. So, oh, that's pretty. So we're probably going to have to add some more once I mix it into this. But this will at least get the bulk of that color that we want. Oh my gosh, it has been so gloomy here. We have had rain for like a week. We've had a few sun peaks here and there, but it is, and this whole week is supposed to be rain. But one day, I'm like, oh my, I can't take this rain much more. Just saying. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh. So this should be dark enough to give us that holographic effect. Gosh, I don't even think we got to add any more, guys. All right, let me just clean my stick. Because I do want it to be opaque. And we can still see the stick through a little bit. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. I want to try to get it as opaque as we can. All right, and that should be enough. So let me just get that blended down. And then once we get these poured, then all we got to do is wait. For you guys, it'll be a minute. For me, it's going to be overnight. And hopefully we have some gorgeous coasters. Yeah, that's going to be good. Yeah. All right. Hopefully I got that mixed in good. This mica powder from Eye Candy mixes so good. So don't forget all my discount codes for Let's Resin, Eye Candy, all of that is in the description box below. All right, let me just kind of move these in the center here so you can see what I am doing. Move these back. Now that's firm enough that I don't have to worry about it flipping over. Okay. So we did have a little of the mica like come out. I did come back and I did move a few little pieces, but I wanted that natural flake to happen. So on the two big ones, I kind of moved some of it around, but that was it. All right, so I am going to spray that. And we're going to give this a pour. Oh, let me give that one a spritz. This one I can definitely tell is going to need some more. I mean, they're all going to need to get topped off, but I'm trying to get them somewhat even, and then we can, because if they're not domed, it's not like the end of the world, but I would like to try and get them, you know, somewhat close to the top. Because I will back these with a cork backing. All right, those look about even. And you can see whatever bubbles in there, they're popping. So this one is like full to the very top. The others are a little less, but I am not gonna fret over that little tiny bit. Like I said, once, you know, I trim them and we get them backed, it will be okay. All right, and now I'm just gonna see a little something there. If I see any floaties, now is the time to get them out. And then we will just let these cure. And I will probably spritz them a couple times. And yeah, that is our hopefully beautiful coasters. Hopefully. That blue is so pretty. Alrighty, guys, I will be back on demold. Alrighty, guys, so we are ready to demold. I'm really curious to see how those are going to come out. I do have my cork backings here. You just peel the backing off. But first, let's see what our little extras look like. Okay, so he's got a little tiny bit of overage, but you don't really see the holographic in this one because he's so crystally anyways, because that's an into resin mold. And let's see how Mr. Kitty came out. Oh, she came out cute. Again, a little tiny bit of overage, which just needs to get peeled off. And let me get my deburrer here. So this one shrunk down a lot, but there we go. But she's cute. The glitter just kind of like gives her little specks throughout, so it kind of looks like organic, you know, like they're supposed to be there. A different color, so I don't know. Let's see how these come out. All right, so I'm just gonna We're going to demold them all, and then we will flip them. I have not even peeked. I do have a little tiny bit of cleanup on the back, but that's not a big deal. Set these over here. And then I'll just go around with my deburrer and we'll clean the bottoms. All right, are we ready? Oh, okay. I'm liking it. I was afraid that the blue or like black was gonna like wash out the butterfly, but it did not. Holographic, it doesn't seem, oh yeah, I guess it is there. It's just really subtle. All right, so just kind of clean this little edge up. Get any little sharp bits. All right, so we've got one. Let's see. Oh, pretty. I kind of like it a little bit better, I think, with the smaller one, but it's still, and you can see there's a little blemish right there. It's in the mold. There's nothing I can do about that. But I got a little bubble right there. And one there. There are a couple on here. So let's... And I had a feeling with that glitter, it's kind of like the stones. Even though I mixed it in, you know, in the resin, I still was kind of nervous that that might happen. But they're not big bubbles, so that's a plus. And I might, yeah, that's all it needed was just that little, okay, so we can just fix it like that. It's probably just like a piece of the resin that's popping out. That one you can still feel, but it's not sharp. Yeah. Let me do this one. I'm trying to finish my pieces as I do them because getting ready for that last craft show was a nightmare. It took me so many hours just finishing pieces off. So, yeah. All right. Oh, this one's pretty. I like this one. And you definitely can see the holographic in there as it moves. All right, so let's... to me, a coaster isn't a coaster if it doesn't have something to catch the moisture. Because, I mean, that's what a coaster's for, is to prevent it from dripping on your table, right? So the ones that don't have the lip, to me, are kind of not functional. You know, they're fine for looks, but, you know, or maybe to put a coffee on, but if you're putting anything that has ice that melts or drips, you definitely need some sort of a lip on them, I think. And that's just my opinion. Who knows? And there's the other big one. I really like that glitter. I don't mind if there's, you know, like if you can feel a roughness. I just don't want it to be sharp, because you can't see it. I mean, it's not visible. All right, let's get the back. And I think there is that blue that I used. Because I think I said eye candy when it was May Spring. Yeah, so I used the May Spring, and I had said eye candy. This is the May Spring Opulent Tanzanite, so my apologies. You guys probably noticed it because, you know, I showed on the video, but I'm laying in bed last night, and I'm like, I didn't use the eye candy. I used the May Spring. But I don't have a discount code for the May Spring, but I do for the eye candy. All right, so let me just get this mess here cleaned up a little bit. And we will put our backs on here, and we will be all done. So let's get these flipped over. I do want to give them just a quick wipe down with some 91% isopropyl alcohol, just to make sure there's no debris or fingerprints or anything like that. All right, let's get these little backs on. And then our coasters will be all ready. And I got that one crooked, but it's the bottom. I try to get them straight, but you know, sometimes it just don't happen. There we have it, guys. There are our beautiful coasters. I think these make a gorgeous set. And they have enough sparkle where they will show. Actually, I've been wanting a set for my dining room table. These might end up there. I don't know. This one seems like it's bowed, but I guess it's just the way the butterfly, it looks like it's bowed, but it's not. So yeah, this is our project for today, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will get some pictures of these, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.